Hey, and welcome back to another HTML video. In the last one, we went over the HTML introduction, we coded something, and then we saw it display in the browser. So in this video and in subsequent videos, we're going to go over a lot of the commonly used tags, um, and I'm going to divide them up into certain categories so it's easier to remember. Okay, so for this video, we're going to go over the HTML text. And then more specifically, we're going to go over some headings and paragraph tags, and we're going to go over some of the formatting elements that you'll be using probably in your future web page development. Okay, so let's just get started with the programming. It's easier to kind of code and then see the result, so you get a better understanding of what's going on. So the first thing we're going to do is, well, I download Notepad++. You can certainly use just regular Notepad or any default text editor that comes with your operating system. But I'll have a link in the description for Notepad++ so you can download. It's free, and what it can do is it can offer syntax highlighting. So if you do download it and then open it up, at the top here, all you have to do is go to language, go to the H's, and click on HTML, okay? And then at the bottom left here, it'll say hypertext markup language file, so you know it's an HTML file. And it just kind of helps out whenever you're coding in that language, okay? So let's get started. First thing we need is doc type, okay? And then we're gonna have HTML, the opening HTML tag, and we need a title. So in order to do that, we need a head tag. And then we're gonna say, actually indented, or it doesn't matter, but indented over too far. But so then in the head tag, which holds the metadata, again, we're going to have our title. So we're going to say, let's call this text demo. And then we want to close the opening tag with the closing title tag, all right? And then we want to close the head tag because we're done with that. Okay, so next we need to display level content. And again, that's in the body tag. And sometimes what you can do is you can go ahead and type the closing or code the closing tag as well, and then just go up and like finish everything inside of it. Okay. So we want to have all the header tags. We want to see how they look. So we'll start out with H1, and we'll just call this heading 1, and then close it off. Okay. So we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and code this, and we'll come back whenever I'm done. Okay, and now we're back. So I finished creating all 6 lines of the heading tags, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, go down below body, and we're going to close off our HTML tag. Okay. And go ahead, this doesn't look too pretty, but we're going to go ahead and save this, and if you're in Notepad++, save as, doesn't matter. But just go to save as, and we're going to do, I already had one, so we're going to do text, call it whatever you want, .html. Okay, so when we're done, minimize this, and you'll have it'll create the HTML file on your desktop for you. So just go ahead and open it up, and let's move in here. Okay. So as you can see, all of them are different font sizes, and they're all bold. So heading 1 is the largest, heading 6 being the smallest. Zoom out a little bit. Okay. So let's go back. And go back into the body tag, and let's write a P tag first, which stands for paragraph again. And doesn't matter what you put here, just put like some small sentence. And then, of course, as always, make sure that you close it. I will repeat myself a lot because repetition is great, and it will help you become a better programmer. And I'll always try to like remind you of certain things, even though they're redundant, simple things. It's still like get it ingrained into your head. Okay. So if we save this, just go ahead and save this. Close that. Reopen. Open the file, and there is the paragraph tag. And as you can note, as you also may or may not have noticed, that each of these so far have a break line, have a break above and below them. So if I were to just copy, so you put that 3 times, okay, just copy that line 3 times without any tags. It's just text at this point. So let's close that, reopen it. As you can see, because it's just text, we haven't described to the browser how we want this displayed using tags. Even though we indented to the next line in the code, that doesn't matter to the browser because we haven't described it. We haven't given any description to go to the next line. All right, so as far as it's concerned, there are no white spaces, and it's just putting them all in the same line, okay? Something else to keep in mind also. All right, so open this back up. We're gonna go to those. And the next thing we want to do, just go over a few of them, are the text formatting, so like bold, italicized, and like subscript and superscript. So if we go over to example, let's make this bold, and you can do this by just giving it a B tag, stands for bold. Let's give paragraph an I tag, which stands for it's italicized. We're italicizing that phrase, or in this case, word. Okay, opening, closing tags, and then let's put tag a subscript. So all you have to do is make a sub tag and then close it. And then let's go over to Scala beginning to this, to the beginning word. It doesn't actually matter what word you use, just pick one, and just so you can see what it looks like. And this is for superscript, it's just SUP. Okay, so we've done 4 things here, right? We have a superscript on one word, we have bold around the example, we italicize paragraph, and we subscript tag. So if we save this, reopen our HTML file, here you can see this is superscript, example is bold, paragraph is italicized, and the tag is subscript. Okay, there are quite a few others that do this, but you can always look them up if you need to. But these are more of like the more important ones, or not important, most commonly used ones that you'll use in the future. So, so that's it for this HTML text video. Hope you learned something, and in the next one, we're going to learn about links, and we're actually going to be making a few HTML files, and they're going to be linking to each other. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.